What's up guys, Mark back here with yet another quick video, and on today's show I'm going to be talking about some battery options for your Sony A6300. Ever since its release, I get a lot of questions about whether or not the battery life is really that horrendous, or whether or not I can genuinely shoot all day and all this other kind of stuff. While I don't find swapping out batteries all that bad on the Sony A6300, it's a hell of a lot faster than swapping out rolls of film like I had to do several years ago. But ultimately, I know that a lot of people are concerned with it, so I figured I would talk about some battery options today. So the first option that I have for most people that ask me this question is, with these Sonys that you generally come with your A6000, your A6300, they only have about 1020 milliamp hours. By any standards, that's not a whole lot, especially when you have a camera as advanced that's doing so much. You're going to want a battery with more power. I always suggest, first and foremost, going with an aftermarket battery. These batteries here are from a company called Big Mike's, and they have a total milliamp hour rating of 1500. So you're getting about 50% more battery power out of these aftermarket batteries, and they're significantly cheaper. I think for about $26 or so you can get two of these batteries, and you're going to spend roughly about $50, give or take, on these original equipment manufacturer batteries from Sony. I know that some people just don't trust other companies' batteries, but honestly, I've been using these particular batteries probably since about a week after I bought my A6000 a year and a half ago. So I've been using these batteries. I also use some batteries from Wasabi. Those batteries, especially from Big Mike's and Wasabi, those two specific brands have been absolutely nothing but perfect. So the secondary option that I generally advise people to use, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of video recording with your camera, is to simply get one of these big, nice, juicy power banks. But it's 18,000 milliamp hours on a full charge. But overall, you're looking at 18 times the amount of power that's in one standard Sony OEM battery. One thing I do want to point out is that you are in fact going to need a battery installed in the camera in order for the system to work. You can't just plug in this to the camera and it just work without a battery being in the battery compartment. I don't know if the battery just splits the circuit or whatever, but you do need the battery installed. If you look there at your battery power indicator, you're going to notice that you have a little bitty plug right next to it, and that basically lets you know that you're running off of USB battery power. You're also going to reduce a lot of your heat simply because the main battery that's basically putting juice back into this battery is on the outside. I can just take this power bank, tuck it right in my pants pocket. It actually works extremely well, to be perfectly honest. So if you know that you're going to have an extremely long day of shooting and you just don't want to hassle with swapping out batteries, I know that a lot of people just absolutely hate the idea of swapping out batteries every 300 to 350 shots. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's a hell of a lot easier than using rolls of film and swapping those out. So you know, no big deal as far as I'm concerned. But for those of you that are interested in a much more robust power system, look into getting one of these power banks. And speaking of power banks, if you're an Amazon Prime member, I just ordered mine. There is a ÄÄÅº. It's a 20,000 milliamp hour battery that is actually kind of smaller and more compact than some of their previous generations. I've showed my battery pack before, which was the ÄÄÅR Astro E5, I believe. But this new one has the Power IQ technology. I think it's 5 volts on each of the USB ports. So you could technically use one of those and literally go for days. So if this is something that you might be interested in, I'm going to drop a link down in the description box below. Of course, when you click on that link, it will totally help support the channel. But I hope I answered some of your all's questions. Thanks again for stopping here at the Photo Video Show. I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and I'll see you guys again on the next one. Peace.